Chairman Clyburn, Ranking Member Scalise, members of the subcommittee, thank you for the opportunity to speak today. My name is Jim Baker with the Private Equity Stakeholder Project. We're a nonprofit focused on tracking the impacts of private equity firms and similar Wall Street firms on ordinary people, including residents of apartments, rental homes, and mobile homes. Since early in the pandemic, we have tracked eviction filings by private equity firms and other large landlords across dozens of counties in several states, representing about 10% of the U.S. population, focusing on corporate landlords with 1,000 units of housing or more. In the counties we've tracked, corporate landlords have filed to evict at least 75,000 residents since the Trump administration put a moratorium in place to halt evictions last September, and we know this just scratches the surface. These filings have hit renters of color especially hard. For example, corporate landlords have filed at least 16,000 eviction actions in majority Black DeKalb and Clayton counties in Georgia since September. In 2021, Progress Residential and Front Yard Residential, owned by private equity firms Pretium Partners and Ares Management, have filed to evict residents in DeKalb and Clayton counties at more than 7 times the rate they have residents in majority white counties in Florida. In many of the counties we tracked, corporate landlords have consistently accounted for the majority of all filings. In May, corporate landlords accounted for 74% of eviction filings in DeKalb County, Georgia, 62% in Maricopa County, Arizona, 53% of filings in Hillsborough County, Florida, and Harris County, Texas. Since last September, some of the world's largest asset managers that manage trillions of dollars have filed to evict residents, including Morgan Stanley, Eaton Vance, Greystar Real Estate Partners, Ares Management, the Carlyle Group, Starwood Capital, Prudential, Nuveen, TIAA-CREF, and CBRE. While many renters have faced dramatic hardships during the pandemic, many corporate landlords have done extremely well and are growing and buying more housing. Private equity firm Pretium Partners, which owns rental home companies Progress Residential and Front Yard Residential, together they've filed at least 1,700 eviction actions since last September. Pretium is run by Don Mullen, a former Goldman Sachs banker who made a fortune during the 2008 global financial crisis betting against the mortgage market, getting rich as millions of homeowners lost their homes to foreclosure. In April 2021, as his company was filing evictions, Mr. Mullen purchased a $25 million mansion in Miami Beach. Publicly traded investment trust Invitation Homes is the largest owner of rental homes in the U.S., has filed more than 880 eviction actions since last September and has sought to challenge the CDC hardship declarations of several residents. Its stock price has increased by more than 44% over the last year. Canadian-owned apartment company Vintron Management has filed to evict almost 30% of its residents since April 2020. Some large landlords continue to file and advance eviction cases against residents rather than working with them to access the almost $50 billion in rental assistance that Congress made available to prevent evictions and enable residents to pay back rent and stay in their homes. Front Yard Residential, for example, filed to evict 133 residents in the first 8 days of January, just days after Congress made rental assistance available. Reuters reported how Invitation Homes refused to accept $4,000 in county program funds from Marvia Robertson, a bus driver in Florida who was the company evicted in March. Invitation Homes told Robinson that it was not participating in the program due to landlord restrictions. Some large landlords have taken a different path. We noticed just 9 eviction filings by publicly traded single-family rental landlord American Homes for Rent between September 2020 and March 2021. Private equity firm Oaktree Capital substantially reduced its eviction filings in Nevada and Arizona earlier this year. Eviction is not a foregone conclusion, but a decision that landlords, even large corporate landlords, make. We applaud the subcommittee for initiating investigations into multiple corporate landlords that have each filed hundreds of eviction actions, especially since these actions may displace thousands of residents and may remain on residents' records for years and could impact their access to housing into the future. An organization violating the CDC eviction moratorium may be subject to a fine of up to $200,000 per violation. The subcommittee should recommend action by the U.S. Department of Justice to seek penalties from landlords that have violated the eviction moratorium. In addition, the subcommittee should specifically assess whether any landlords violated residents' civil rights by disproportionately filing to evict Black renters or other renters of color. As we enter a critical new phase of the crisis facing renters, It's important that we remain vigilant to corporate landlords' evictions of residents and the growing role of these companies in U.S. housing. Thank you.